Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to talking about the last week of November and the astrological aspect and the cosmic weather of the last week of November. This is Cosmic Insight Astrology. My name is Krisztina. If you're new to my channel, I do tropical or sign astrology. Please subscribe, like, or comment below because that's the only way I can create more meaningful videos for you, and I'm capable to help you to navigate through your journey. All right, guys, so let's start with the last week of November. We're going to talk about actually from November 24th, when Mars is entering Sagittarius, which is today, and also Ceres the next day also enters Sagittarius. 25th, Mars going to square Saturn. Mars is in Sag, Saturn is in Pisces. Then November 26th, we have Mercury trine North Node in Aries or purpose. And then November 27th, Mercury going to square Neptune in Pisces. Also, we are having a full moon in Gemini 4 degrees, and the 29 Venus going to be in opposition of North Node in Aries. I'm going to actually analyze the full moon at last because I want to talk about a little bit for each individual sign. And there is a lot of talk because the full moon is also going to oppose to Mars as well. And we have to actually analyze a lot of aspects over here. So the first, what we have to talk about, that's when Mars enters Sagittarius today, and on the 25th, it's going to square Saturn. So, Mars in Sagittarius, it's really, really fiery energy because of it loves to be here. Sagittarius also rule, the symbol of Sagittarius is an arrow. So Mars is a warrior over here. Sagittarius is a sign of war anyway, because of back in, days before we didn't have that much rifles and everything. For example, the Hungarian warriors were very famous about their arrows on horseback riding. So, Sagittarius actually symbolizing that. So Mars in Sagittarius could actually increase the conflict, the recent conflict between the countries. And also we're going to analyze everything by health, finances, and because of recently we all are concerned about the war and peace aspect of the world, we're going to also analyze that, and we're gonna talk a little weather over here as well. So this aspect may signify rising tension in public health, possibly related to the resurgence of viral infection. Mars is infection, inflammation, and it could create some kind of pandemic threat as well. It could also indicate strained resources in healthcare sectors due to sudden outbreaks. In a financial sector, we have to expect financial market to show volatility, reflecting concerns over global travel, because Sagittarius is connected with traveling, restriction, and increased military spending. Anything to do with investment in airlines or tourism might need to be improved, and it could be some kind of issue. Mars could be some kind of issue with traveling over here, some kind of accident. Mars is actually indicate accident as well, so we could have some kind of airplane accidents as well. War and peace wise, like it could be something to do with geopolitical tensions, possibly related to ideological conflicts and religion extremism, anything to do with terrorism, anything to do with some kind of terror attack as well. Something is with conflicts between spirituality and religion, because of Pisces is religion, Sagittarius is religion, Pisces is spirituality, and the conflict between that, the tension is between religion and spirituality. Some kind of underlying philosophical disputes over here. Ceres, the same day, going to enter Sagittarius, so we have a stellium in Sag, a lot of energy emphasizing everything on Sagittarius matters, and it's going to also square Saturn. So, you know, there could be some kind of issue with food and food security, something to do with maybe, you know, the grains could get infected, or actually it could be some kind of issue with restraining grains, or we're not going to have enough, or it's not possible to import grains because Ceres is ruling the grains. So food security, nutrition issues may arise due to climate impacts as well, and restriction on food export, as I said before. Finances wise, this kind of implication over here could be some kind of fluctuation in agricultural prices, anything to do with grain as well. And you know, there is different rules right now and new laws with environmental policies and international trade restriction as well. Weather-wise, potential for extreme weather events impacting agricultural areas, leading to reevaluating environmental policies and food production strategies. On the 26th, Mercury going to square Neptune, so that's definitely some issue with communication, fogginess, miscommunication, lies in social media. On the health-wise, it is misinformation or confusion regarding health issues, potentially leading to misguided public health responses. Then it could be on a financial area and on a financial market, there is kind of misleading information, unclear information, uncertainty also. Anything to do with oil, for example, and natural gas also. So there could be like, all right, it is like we're capable to buy more because it's going to increase, but suddenly it's going to decrease. So it could be a lot of financial scam coming up as well, identity thief, because of, you know, Neptune over here could indicate that. Some kind of investment schemes, like okay, then that kind of games, like, you know, if you invest in, oh, let me see, because the microphone, I checked, I'm sorry. Okay. There's something with some kind of new lying and new scams are coming up, definitely. All right, so what else is gonna go on over here? So then November 27th, no, let's talk about weather, because there is Mercury and Neptune, and Mercury anything to do with wind, Neptune anything to do with water. So there could be some kind of weather and climate condition could be taking an unexpected turn. So for example, it could be some kind of unclear weather forecast, or it could be something to do with late hurricanes as well. Or you know, it could increase the water level, for example, in some places. Then on the 27th, we have two aspects, and one of them is going to be Mercury trines the North Node. North Node is in Aries, you know, this is the axis where the eclipses are happening. North Node is connected with the moon. It is a mathematical point of the moon. And Mercury is the planet of communication, sales, you know, the ability, the way we process information, and it is information itself as well, and healing as well. So Mercury trine North Node here, it is positive for health development, anything to do with medical technology, kind of innovation, new approach to healthcare. And then in finances areas, it could be anything with tech investments. You know, it's encouraging us to do some kind of investment. Anything in pioneering technology, or, you know, it could be something to do with ChatGPT, quantum AI, softwares, new applications. It's an innovation area here. If I'm going to check the recent geopolitical war peace base and mundane perspective, this could be some kind of breakthrough over here. It could be some kind of diplomatic relation, something, a peace talk, for example, a ceasefire, for example, at this moment. So they're trying to find a resolution for the conflict, or, you know, a new approach for the conflict. Then Venus in Libra going to oppose North Node in Aries. And then it's going to happen November 29th. So Venus in Libra, it's in rulership, North Node in Aries, you know, this is a tension over here with our purpose. So something to do with the financial market, because Venus also rules currencies as well. So the due actually to the areas, North Node in Aries, anything to do with war, due to the war or conflicting interest between freedom and collective harmony, there is a tension. And there is also could be some kind of indication, like we are seeking for peace, Venus in Libra, but North Node in Aries, like there is a major implication to increase the stock market on the defense, or, you know, guns sales going to go up like crazily. And then we're not going to find peace in our heart because of, you know, like this is a conflicting interest over here. Then there is definitely struggles between balancing international harmony. You know, like we tried on the 27th to talk peace and try to be diplomatic, but somehow, as I said before, because we have Neptune and square with Saturn, there is a lot of issue could come up with terrorism. So there is, we are trying, or the politicians trying to talk about peace here, or, you know, negotiate, but then another conflict coming up, and then it's going to actually seize that talk, seize that negotiation, and it's going to highlight the war again. So that could be very, very devastating. And then the weather pattern over here, it's unusual definitely with this North Node and in Aries and Venus in Libra opposition, because there is an imbalance. It's an imbalance in the weather system. So for example, it's going to get warmer where it's very supposed to be really cold, and it's going to be cold where it's supposed to be really warm. And there is some kind of heating issue as well going to go on, because North Node in Aries and Venus in Libra seeking for luxury and comfort, but it's not going to be available for the public, for a lot of people out there. And, you know, it's winter time in the Northern Hemisphere. So it could be an issue. The energy, the gas, the heating could be an issue during this time. All right, so then we're gonna go to the full moon back, and it's gonna happen November 27th, and it's gonna happen in Gemini. And the moon in Gemini, it's gonna be in 4 degrees and 51 minutes, and it's going to oppose Mars. And let me just go to the full moon over here, just a second. I'm looking at my little note here. So, okay, so that is the November full moon right in front of me in my little chart. Yes, so actually the sun going to conjunct still Mars. So it's not a Kazimi, but it's a combus. So the Mars is getting ready to be reborn in the sun of the heart, but it's still invisible. It's still not strong because the sun is overpowering. Then Ceres also entered over here, Sagittarius, and it's also in the heart of the sun and opposing the moon in Gemini. So When we analyzing a full moon, we talking about it's a completion, it's an ending, it is a signing of contract, it is very emotional, and it's always affecting the public. The moon is always affecting the public because of the moon represent the public. And because of the sun is conjuncting Mars, and Mars is in Sagittarius, which I was talking about before, like the warrior within, like ready to fight, ready to create war and conflict over here. So it could indicate some kind of major issues. And then you have to know this moon is going to square Saturn in Pisces and also formal heart. Formal heart is Archangel Gabriel, and it's in 4 degrees Pisces. But there is also other fixed stars involved over here, and I'm trying to find my note here if I can, but I might not going to. But yes, so formal heart is also here and squaring off. So that is an indication to create some kind of conflict and war. And this T square going to bring a complex astrological configuration over here. So it will heighten emotion, and it will also critical decisions. And as I said, conflict is possible. So if you're going to analyze the Gemini archetype, because of the moon is in Gemini and Gemini ruled by Mercury, right? And then it embodies duality. Gemini is the twins. It's two faces over here. So definitely duality is involved. And it's also embodies communication and pursuit of knowledge. That is the way we process information, guys. And as an air sign ruled by Mercury, the planet of thought and communication, Gemini energy is quick-witted, curious, and like it could adapt to any kind of situation. They are very versatile and adaptable and very useful, the Gemini energy. So there is a infectious zest of life here. So the full moon going to happen in first decan because it's gonna happen in 4 degrees. So it's a double Geminian energy. So it's really put the Gemini traits on steroids here. Very intellectual, very, very flexible, and pronounce this full moon. In mundane astrology, for example, the first decan signifies some kind of influences through education. So, Gemini rules the 3rd house, rules communication, rules media as well, and the news as well. So definitely there is some kind of emphasis going to be, but because of its square Saturn, and Saturn in Pisces, there it's going to be different kind of lives, but going to surface right now. And we going to be mad, the public going to become mad during this full moon because of eventually the lies going to surface. And it also could be some kind of communication issue. We are going to be forbidden to connect with each other somehow, or it could be an internet blackout for some countries, and or telephone blackout, and we're not going to be capable to communicate, or Facebook could be off for 2 days, or Instagram, something like that. So Gemini could indicate actually diplomacies between the nations. So definitely there is some kind of strategy going on right now for diplomatic communication. But unfortunately, because Gemini is dual energy, it's dual strategy as well. So maybe they're going to actually say, yes, there is a ceasefire, as I mentioned before, but then they start to shoot, and they're not going to keep their promises. And weather related, it's a changeable energy. It is very airy energy. So there is an implication of big winds, and the winds are picking up anything air-related issues there. And because it's square Saturn, so the air-related weather issues could be tornadoes, right? But But because of there is Saturn in Pisces, it could be actually big water sprouts, hurricanes, or water is the snow as well. So it could be some kind of blizzard going on as well during this Gemini full moon. And the market could fluctuate also, because Gemini could be anything to do with cryptocurrencies, CS over here. So, the full moon is endings, full moon is signing off and of contracts. So there could be actually a decrease in technology or investment in technology in stock market at this moment. Or maybe it's not a decrease, but maybe it's like it's not going to be available because it's square Saturn. Yes, and then Gemini also rules the lungs as well. So there is, because of it's a full moon opposing Mars, infection in the lungs, something with respiratory health issues, something which is like anything to do with viruses, as I said before, because Mars is it's influenced by Mars as well, because it's opposing Mars. So it's infection and inflammation. And because of Pisces ruled by Neptune, Neptune is viruses, Saturn is like going to restrict something because of viruses. So might be the traveling restricted because of viruses. So yes, it could be that. All right, so what else can we, it's gonna square Saturn, okay, and going to oppose Mars. So there is a geopolitical tension over here. And it is some kind of military conflict as well, as I said. So definitely very aggressive. Definitely the policies that they're going to make, it's going to backfire, unfortunately. Technology sector, because of Saturn square, could be some kind of economic restriction over there. It could be some kind of stress test to financial system. So yes, the Mars Saturn square here with this full moon, it's bringing in a lot of misunderstanding, miscommunication, and escalate. Like for example, we're not going to be the conflict about the war going to be a lie. So for example, we're going to find out whatever they said about the Ukraine and Russian war and China and Taiwan and right now Iran is in, and anything to do with Syria or Israel and Palestine. There is a lot of lies coming up, what was actually told. We've been told about that, and it's not true, and we're gonna get mad about that. All right, so let's see what else can I see over here. So it's going to definitely encourage dialogues, right? But it's almost like it's going to bring in fights, unfortunately, because of Mars is conjuncting the Sun, and we would like to be right. We're going to actually initiate fights with others, with the public and on social media. And that's why maybe you will be restricted, or your social media channel will be restricted, because of you want to say the truth. And actually Mercury in Sagittarius is the truth fighter. Mercury in Sagittarius, it's not in a good position, but cannot shut up. And it has to talk, and it has to say the truth, no matter what is the consequences there. So yes, it could bring in some kind of issue for us. So be careful what you say. And just let me analyze a little bit for each individual sign. So first of all, I just gonna go with the full moon and the Mars opposition over here for each individual sign. So for Aries, it's going to be focus on communication and local travel. Career and authority challenges going to come in for you. Your relationship may require a balance between independence and partnership. Right now, you're going to actually focus on yourself on your own needs, and you're going to be more selfish. here. All right, let's see, Taurus, what's going to happen during this full moon for you. You know, there is a financial reassessment for you. Your personal values going to change, and your personal values actually versus social expectation. You're not gonna care anymore about social expectation. You do whatever it's right for you, but feels good and comfortable for you. There is some kind of new insight in spirituality and higher learning and education as well. All right, let's see, Gemini rising, sun and moon. Personal identity and emotional well-being are highlighted for you this time during this full moon. Possible conflicts between personal desires and responsibilities. You are overwhelmed with responsibilities. Health and service to others may come into focus. You know, go for a second opinion, make sure you are doing yoga and you are taking care of yourself. All right, Cancer rising, sun and moon. Inner emotional work and closure for sure. Work-life balance may be challenged a little bit. You might going to lose a coworker or a tenant, or it could be something with the purpose, you know, like the zest of purpose is missing right now. Your relationship may require redefining boundaries. You know, I always tell everyone, set up boundaries, especially you, Cancer, who is very nurturing. Leo rising, sun and moon. Your social circles and community involvement are changing, and your creativity versus conformity actually also going to change. You're going to become really, really creative, and you're going to make sure you're going to get a new agent, or you know, maybe a new manager, and make sure your creative project going to succeed. And you're not going to necessarily listen to your tribe or friends what you should do and how should you approach this new journey with your creativity. Romantic pursuit may encounter serious undertones, so you can break up, unfortunately. Virgo rising, sun and moon. Career and public image are emphasized. That's good for you, Virgos. Work-related stress definitely could be possible, and versus home responsibilities. You know, the people are missing, your family is missing you because you are so stressed at work, and you're going to have a lot of conflict. You bring the stress from work home. Educational pursuits might require more discipline, so you will need to get some licensing or education, and you are not capable to concentrate, perhaps. Libra rising, sun and moon. All right, travel and belief system are in focus. Anything to do with foreign matters, education, anything to do with citizenship, passport, visa, are in focus. Legal matters or ethical dilemmas may arise during this time for you. Balancing personal expression with relationship dynamics are possible, and actually a must. Scorpio rising, sun and moon. Deep emotional bonds and shared resources are in your focus, but deep emotional bonds, like, you know, psychological deep dive in for you. Power struggles, definitely, especially with your intimate relationship. There is some kind of conflict between you and your intimate relationship. Maybe the person is too controlling. Potential gains through investment or inheritance. All right, that is some kind of good. Well, you know, inheritance is not good, because then you have to lose someone to get an inheritance. Okay, Sagittarius, sun and moon and rising. Partnership and agreements are in your focus right now. Anything to do with your significant other. There could be a conflict with your significant other. So be careful what you say, because you want to say the truth right away and all the time, and it might hurt others. Your personal freedom could be actually compromised, because of, you know, they expect you to be always there your significant other and your family, and you will be like, you know what, I have enough. I don't want to stay home all the time. I want to work somewhere else. And maybe you also going to think of not to work at home anymore if you have a home-based business. Exploring new philosophies or cultures with partner is possible right now for you. All right, Capricorn, health routines and daily work are changing. Do anything to do with yoga and your gym membership, like you might going to actually leave a job because it's not serving you anymore. It's very stressful and you want to balance out your energy. Balancing career ambition with health is very, very important here. uh, Restructuring of daily habits for long-term benefit. So, like you giving up things and daily routines, but not serving you anymore, even service for others. Maybe you were there for others and, you just realized it's a wasted time. Aquarius rising sun and moon, creative expression and joy. This is beautiful over here because you are capable to finish a creative project. Maybe you just went on a joyous vacation, or it could be also, could be some kind of tendency to lose a romantic partner, a lover. Maybe you want to end the relationship here. You have to have some kind of discipline in creative project, like sit down and keep pushing forward. Finding love and romance within existing structures, it's possible, but before you have to definitely put boundaries. All right, guys, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Home life and family matters are in focus. Professional responsibilities may conflict with domestic peace. So, you're going to get promoted, you're going to have more responsibilities, your career is changing, you are going to be at work all the time. And your family not gonna like it, they're gonna miss you, they're going to miss that kind of comfort that you always provide for them. So there is some kind of ancestral patterns or past issues, but going to need to have some kind of miraculous healing for you over here. Okay, guys, thank you so much for listening, sharing, and liking my channel. I hope I see you soon with another video. Comment below and share with your family. Thank you so much. Bye for now.